Hello, dear viewers. Welcome once again to our channel, where we bring you the most touching, heartfelt, and inspiring stories from the world of Korean entertainment. Today's story is one that will melt your heart and stir your soul. It's about one of Korea's most admired actors, Hyun, a man known not only for his incredible acting prowess, but for his quiet strength, humility, and deep love for his family. Recently, Hyun got emotional while talking about the people who mean the most to him. His family, and especially his beloved wife, Son Ye-jin. What he said has since touched millions, proving once again that even the strongest hearts can be tender when love is involved. Before we dive in, we send our warmest regards to all our cherished viewers across the world. Thank you for your continuous love, your beautiful comments, and the way you stay connected to every heartbeat of these stories. You make this journey worth every moment. Now let's walk together through the emotional world of Hyun, a man whose love story continues to be one of the purest in the Korean entertainment industry. It all began during a quiet, reflective interview where Hyun was asked what keeps him grounded amid fame, projects, and the constant public attention. For a man who has been in the spotlight for over 2 decades, you'd expect him to mention discipline or focus, but instead, his voice softened and a small smile appeared as he said, "My family, my wife, they are my peace." The simplicity of those words carried a depth that drew everyone closer. There was a pause, a gentle silence, and in that stillness you could feel how much love he carries in his heart for Son Ye-jin. Hyun spoke about how life had changed since becoming a husband and father. He said that before, acting was everything to him. It was his identity, his calling, his world. But now coming home means more. The laughter of his child, the soft voice of Ye-jin calling his name, these are the things that remind him of who he truly is. Fame fades, he said with a quiet laugh, but love stays. It makes you brave. Those words echoed like poetry, revealing a man who has found meaning beyond scripts and spotlights. When asked about Son Ye-jin, Hyunbin's eyes glistened with unspoken emotion. He described her not just as his wife, but as his best friend, his confidant, and the person who knows him better than anyone else. Ye-jin has a light, he said softly, a kind of calm brightness that fills every space. When she laughs, everything feels right. She's strong but gentle. She knows when to speak and when to simply hold your hand in silence. I've learned so much from her. His words painted a portrait of a love that is steady, deep, and built on mutual respect. Fans who saw the clip couldn't hold back their emotions. Social media flooded with comments like, "This is real love," and Hyunbin's love for Ye-jin is pure poetry. Many noted how rare it is for actors of his stature to speak so openly about their feelings, especially in an industry where privacy often reigns supreme. But Hyun has never been one to follow the script of fame. He has always chosen sincerity over show. He went on to talk about their early days together, how they met as co-stars, how admiration grew into friendship, and how friendship blossomed into a quiet, profound love. He recalled moments during their filming of Crash Landing on You, how Ye-jin's dedication inspired him, how her laughter lightened even the longest shooting days, and how something unspoken but strong started weaving them together. "Sometimes, love doesn't need to be announced," he said with a knowing smile. "It just happens, quietly, like the sunrise." But what truly struck hearts was when Hyun mentioned how fatherhood changed him. "When I held our baby for the first time," he said, pausing as emotion filled his voice, "I realized how fragile and beautiful life is. I looked at Ye-jin, tired but smiling, and I thought, this is everything I ever wanted." He described how their home has become a place of laughter, tiny footsteps, and endless learning. "Every night when I see Ye-jin reading a story or singing softly, I feel grateful. It's a kind of happiness that doesn't fade with applause." He didn't shy away from talking about the challenges either. He mentioned how marriage and parenting aren't always easy, especially when both partners are public figures. "There are days we argue," he said candidly, "days we disagree on small things. But what matters is that we never let go of respect. Ye-jin and I always find our way back with understanding and love. I think that's what real love is, not perfection, but commitment." That line, honest and profound, resonated deeply with fans who admire not just their romance but their maturity. As he spoke, his tone carried gratitude. Not the shallow kind, but the type that comes from a man who knows the worth of what he has. "I'm thankful for her patience," he said. "She understands the kind of life I live, the demands of my career, and yet she creates this space for me to just be myself. That's love. That's family." He also expressed how proud he is of Ye-jin's strength, how she balances motherhood and her professional life with grace. "She makes it all look effortless," he smiled. "But I see the effort. I see how much she gives, and I admire her every day." Fans couldn't help but feel emotional listening to him. Many said they could sense the sincerity in his voice, the love behind his every word. Others pointed out that Hyun has always been a man of few words. So for him to open up like this showed just how deeply he feels for his wife. It was a rare glimpse into a heart often hidden behind the calm and stoic persona we see on screen. There was a moment during the talk where Hyun's voice faltered slightly. He was asked if there was something he wanted to say directly to Son Ye-jin. His eyes softened, and he smiled gently before saying, "I don't say it often, but I hope she knows she's my peace, my best decision, my everything." That single statement was enough to move not only fans, but also the interviewer, who paused to let the weight of his words settle. It wasn't grand or overly dramatic. It was simple, real, and profoundly moving. After the talk, many fans reflected on how much Hyun and Son Ye-jin have inspired couples worldwide. Their love story isn't one of public displays or social media declarations. It's built on trust, support, and genuine companionship. They remind people that true love doesn't need to shout. It whispers through small gestures, shared silences, and daily devotion. Even among his peers in the entertainment world, Hyun is admired for how he carries his relationship. Fellow actors have often commented on how grounded he has become since his marriage, how much calmer and more balanced he seems. Some even joked that his eyes have softened, that there's a Son Ye-jin warmth in them now. And truly, there is. Every time he mentions her, his demeanor changes. The once stoic action star turns into a tender husband and doting father. In the later part of the interview, Hyun reflected on what he hopes for the future. "I just want to live quietly," he said, "to see my child grow up healthy, to make Ye-jin laugh every day, to hold her hand when we're old. I want to protect this simple happiness. It's enough." There was something timeless in that dream. A vision not of fame, but of family, not of applause, but of togetherness. And perhaps that is what makes him even more beloved today. As fans, we've seen Hyun in countless roles. The charming CEO, the brave soldier, the mysterious hero. But the role he plays best is that of a loving husband and father. It's a role he didn't need a script for, a role he performs from the heart. And as he continues to live that role every day, his fans are reminded that love, at its truest, is gentle, patient, and beautifully human. As we wrap up this emotional story, let's take a moment to appreciate the love that Hyun and Son Ye-jin share. A love that has weathered storms, conquered distance, and now flourishes in the warmth of family life. It's the kind of love that doesn't need grand gestures or public displays. It simply exists deeply and quietly, reminding us all that happiness begins at home. To all our dear viewers watching right now, thank you so much for being here. Your love, your comments, and your continuous support mean the world to us. We hope this story touched your heart as it did ours. If it did, don't forget to share it with someone who believes in love. Real, enduring love. Until next time, may your days be filled with warmth, laughter, and love as deep as Hyun's for his wife Son Ye-jin. Stay blessed, stay inspired, and keep believing that true love, just like theirs, still exists. With all our love, thank you for watching.